Welcome to Platinum Breakthroughs. If you don't know my name, it's Alex, and I'm here with Chris doing the top 10 favorite games of all time. My own personal list. We did Chris's list first. If you want to check that out, links in the description below.
Depending on who posts their video first, we recorded my one first, but Alex will probably post his ones first.
Okay, well,
my editing will be slow.
His will be out, and when it's out, it'll be in the description. Yeah, we done Chris's. Now it's time for mine. It's going to be a much different list than his. So yeah, before we get to top 10, do an honorable mentions.
Because that's what I did.
So, first things first, Persona 4. I didn't put it on my top 10 because I actually didn't really get into the gameplay. But I love the story, I love the characters, but the gameplay just wasn't my thing. I'm not really into turn-based fighting or anything like that. So, Persona, yeah. Another one is GTA 3. And yeah, GTA 3, not 5 or 4 or 7.
I'm still surprised GTA 3 is in your top 10.
It's nostalgia.
I haven't thought anything GTA.
It's nostalgia, just because.
Is this San Andreas or?
Nah, this is back in like the first 3D GTA game. You probably.
Oh no, yeah. Was this the first GTA where you can get a glitch with all the gun and a load of money?
Was a cheat codes for that.
Yeah. But it's like the first GTA that anyone really hacked into.
Possibly. But this was like a long time ago. I actually got this one in Spain, where I don't know if it was my birthday or something, but my auntie in Spain pretty much bought me it as a present, an 18+ game, and I was a kid, and it was all in Spanish. But
obviously,
the box was in Spanish.
Every kid would love that. Like,
but yeah,
just to be young and get 18+.
But that's why I loved it, because it's just. You steal cars, you blow heads off, like when you blow someone's head with a sniper rifle, blood spurts out and they're like, where the fuck's my head? And all that. But the reason it's not on my list is because that it's dated, it's a lot of cheap deaths. It's actually quite a hard game, and I just can't play it without cheats. I can't get through it without cheating, because just that bullshit.
Yeah, like you can't get through without the best car, the best guns, the most money just to get the guns, ammo.
Yeah, so...
just to defeat the 5-star police that you will always go.
And final honorable mention, the Metal Gear Solid series. I love Metal Gear Solid.
See, that's the thing. Now that I think about it, I could have put that there, but I couldn't put that as an honorable mention because I didn't play all of them. I played a few of them, and I enjoyed them, but I can't say I've completed them and gone back to complete them.
You should, because they're good. I played all, except for the spin-offs, of course. I haven't played those, but I played all the main ones and Peace Walker and PSP. But the reason it's not on my list is because
your list is
it's mainly because story.
So what I think
I just don't understand it.
From my list, I went for top 10 games for everything: music, animation, fighting, story,
the music
and all
was
of that.
great.
Part of me feels, now don't tell me if I'm wrong, but part of me feels you've gone with the top 10 most nostalgic games for your list, probably.
Okay, we'll get to that.
I'm just asking because I feel like you've done a bit different with how the top 10 was gonna be.
It's a favorite games, isn't it? The one that you enjoy. I could put these games in any day, and then just play the shit out of them.
Also, the one thing that could like, obviously we went through most of these games, but what I noticed that we never went through anything like phone games or anything like that. Probably because, like, what's the point? I could put Clash Royale in there, because I used to play it a lot. But I can't say I love it. It's just a phone game that I play when I'm bored.
Yes. So
anyway, moving on. What's your number 10?
So, yeah, Metal Solid, real quick. Story couldn't get into. Yeah. And but the gameplay was great. Music was great. I just don't understand most of the time what the hell's going on. But other than that, let's just get to it. So, number 10. This is going to be a bit of a weird one. It's World of Warcraft for PC. But when I say World of Warcraft, I mean back in when Burning Crusade came out, not how it is now, just back in the day, vanilla World of Warcraft as it's called. Because at the time, my brother pretty much, he had this game, he bought it, installed it, took forever, but he told me about, it's this game, big open world, you gotta choose these classes, fantasy, choose all these classes, be whatever you want to be, create your own character. First time of hearing all that. And I'm like, and then I'm just like, holy shit.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have put RuneScape as an honorable mention.
Yeah, RuneScape was that same effect.
That could have been an honorable mention for you.
Because RuneScape, that was fun as well.
It was a shitter version of World of Warcraft, honestly.
It was just the grinding. That game had a lot of grinding.
Yeah, but so does World of Warcraft.
Right, World of Warcraft, there's grinding, but back in the day, I didn't really do any of that. I was a kid, I didn't really realise what grinding was.
Yeah, like none of us did. But now we're older, we just have to grind. Like, look at some elderly people. They fucking grind until they're level 200.
I never really grinded on RuneScape. I'm just playing. That's the thing, again, with when you're young and back in the day in like MMOs in World of Warcraft, I never really followed nowadays, you just try and get to the highest level as quickly as you can so you can tackle the endgame stuff. Back then, I just fucked around. Like when I was like a level 4 night elf. I went all the way to the beginning area to the wetlands, which is like a level 20 something area, just getting my shit handed to me. But I just found the fun in that, just looking at this whole world, just what's there. Because when you press the map button and you're like, oh shit, that map's big, then you zoom out, I was like, holy shit, there's like an island, and then you zoom out again, there's 2 islands, you zoom out again, and then there's like a whole other world on the map. I'm like, holy shit, it's like the biggest game I've ever seen. But nowadays, there's big maps common.
There's bigger maps. It's literally just the fact, like, look at bloody Far Cry 5.
Yeah, Far Cry, just
Wildlands.
Every open world game is massive, but back in the day, that blew my mind.
World of Warcraft used to be the biggest map there was.
Yeah.
Unless you count RuneScape.
Well, if you're a member, then yeah, RuneScape map opens up a lot more. But with this, what was I saying? Yeah. Map was massive, and also you get to choose your own class, be what you want to be all these races. I want to be a horde at first, the bad guys, I just want to be a bad guy for once. But then my brother convinced me to be a good guy, because you get to be a druid, and he's reading off the menu like, what do? Oh, they get to shapeshift, and they get to fly eventually. I'm like, holy shit, let's do that. And my first character was a night elf druid, so...
Yeah, I won't lie. I think I went for the bad guy first.
Yeah, because you want to be a bad guy, yeah.
No, because I like.
Well, you played the game?
Yeah, I played World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
I played World of Warcraft in the past. I played RuneScape in the past. I did anything that was assassin based.
So you're a rogue?
Yeah.
Oh.
I love being a rogue.
I hate rogues. They go stealth and it's like you just gotta wait and it's just like, hurry up and attack me.
Yeah, because I always played rogue, went stealth, backstab from behind, so like Loki and Smite, and just fucking sliced you open, fucking cut, killed anyone in sight. Just like stealth, kill. Just destroyed.
But I actually made friends as well, like online friends in RuneScape, in World of Warcraft. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, I enjoyed it. But nowadays, I did go back to this game when Cataclysm came out, and it wasn't the same, it just felt off, it wasn't fun. People just wanted to get to the highest level, and the dungeons... I don't know, because the game was actually hard
people
back in the
cared
day.
more now for grinding and making the money and
the game was
killing
easy.
everyone.
The game was it's actually easier back in the day. I don't know if it was I was a kid or because it was actually a lot harder to just get just do your thing, just play the game and kill enemies.
I think it's because when you're a kid your reflexes are slower. So it's like now it's like, oh, a guy's running up to you, just quickly shoot him with an arrow. That's
like every MMO ever. It's just very easy at the start, but that's what I didn't like about 2010 or whenever Cataclysm came out. And then in university we had to do a project on World of Warcraft, and this is when I think Legion came out, and it just wasn't. There was nothing there. It did not click. I was like, this game is gone. Like the magic that I had for me, it's not there anymore. But I would never forget the time when the first time I played
the old World of Warcraft.
Yeah, even the World of Warcraft Vanilla's coming out, or is there? I don't know. But even if I go back to that, it just wouldn't feel the same.
So, what's your number 9?
So now let's get to number 9. Okay, number 9. My number 9 is The Elder Scrolls 4: Oblivion. So
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, The Elder Scrolls. It's not Skyrim, even though it's debatably a better game. This game, like again, nostalgia, playing it as a kid. Because at first, my dad bought it, and he showed me the box, and I was like, what is this game? It just has like an icon on it. And I'm like, okay, whatever, like, just put this in, see what happens. And you get, again, character creation, all that. And if it has character creation back in the day, I loved it.
So, Skyrim, Oblivion, RuneScape,
Fallout.
World of Warcraft, Fallout.
Yeah.
Fucking South Park would be...
yeah, but
could be one of them.
That's a more later game, but back in the day...
But you know what I mean, like,
you're more excited for it as a kid. Yeah, so I enjoyed that. I picked the Argonian, the lizard-looking swamp creatures that has a tail, which... I mean, the armor doesn't really look good on them, but I don't know, I just look at them and go, yeah, I want to be that thing. And
I don't want to be a human today. First day I see the lizard, I'm thinking, I want to be cold-blooded.
'Cause I thought he looked evil, and you just want to be evil as a kid. But yeah,
Yeah, like, who cares about Lego superheroes? Look at that new game, Lego Villains. Everyone wants that game now.
Lego games aren't my thing, but
You say that. You do love your Lego games.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, so it's the first time I played like an RPG like this. You start off in the sewers, and then you get like quests, and you get to choose which birthright. I think it's called birthright. What do they call it? Like maybe like a class where you want to start.
I'll be honest. I never played Oblivion, so I wouldn't know. It's one of the games I would have played. I played Skyrim.
Yeah.
And I played Elder Scrolls Skyrim. But it's more the fact that you do just choose your class. You choose if you want to be a berserker, warrior, mage.
Yeah.
But I never played the Oblivion versions, so
That's the thing with Oblivion. You get to be whatever you want, no matter what. Like, yeah, you can just be whatever. You can be a mage, sword fighter, rogue, archer, whatever, all at once. So that's what I loved about it. And once you step out of that sewer, you look at the map and it's like, holy shit, this map is massive.
So same as World of Warcraft.
Same as World of Warcraft. When I see big maps back in the day, I was like, holy shit, a lot of content, so much shit to do. You get to talk to NPCs, you get to kill anyone you want, do whatever you want.
Back in the day, he liked the big maps. Now he likes the big tits. Anything with big tits, he loves it.
But that's...
Go Catherine.
I remember
that
yeah.
game. Oh,
Yeah.
that should have been. That was gonna be in my honourable mentions, but I forgot about it last second.
Well, now that you mentioned it, now I guess it's a little bonus.
Yeah, a little bonus for his channel.
Yeah, but Elder Scrolls. I mean, I like Skyrim, but this didn't have the same magic as Oblivion, and I don't know if the rest will. They probably Elder Scrolls 6 announced, yeah, and all that. Don't know if it's gonna be as good because Fallout 4 looked good, but it wasn't there. Like there was the magic wasn't there.
And then Fallout 76 looks.
It's a completely different game, so I don't really have any thoughts on that right now until we play it for ourselves. But yeah, Elder Scrolls, love the shit out of it, and if I do have the game again, I would go back to it.
So, number 8.
So my number 8 is Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. This
Really?
was yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I've played it.
Thank you.
played it.
Do you like it?
I've played every Star Wars game.
And you like on Xbox?
I played
Xbox?
every Star Wars game on the original Xbox,
Yeah.
PSP, PS2, you know.
Yeah, Star Wars games, this is when Star Wars games were great. Nowadays, Battlefront 2, don't have to say anymore. But yeah.
Battlefront 2 isn't that bad.
I mean, I don't know, I just feel like it's just like another online Battlefield type game for me.
That's the point, though. That's all they really made for quite a while. They only made like the online ones, but then Battlefront 2, they actually tried to give it a campaign.
Yeah, the campaign was. This campaign. That's
that campaign was
great.
amazing.
It was great. It was amazing, that twist. I'm not gonna say it, but it was great.
But I will admit, I couldn't put it in my top 10 because obviously you have to admit, for my opinion, the games I chose is more like me to put in than the Star Wars.
Because this game, yeah, I could definitely go back to this game any day. I had it on original Xbox. I actually played the second one first, and then I saw the game was really good. I played the first one, and it was actually even better. The first one was actually better than the second one.
Half of them are meant to be. Like, quite a lot of games, the second one's always better than the first one, or the first one's always better than the second one, because the second one sometimes ruins it.
Yeah.
If it carries on the campaign, it's meant to be better. If it's like a completely different story, it's meant to be a slightly ruined version of the first one. That's how most people see games right now.
But this one, you gotta choose, who do you want to be, a light side, dark side, good guy, bad guy. Choose your dialogue, kill people if you want, or help them.
Yet again, dark side all the way.
I did do both endings, and
see, that's
light side,
probably
dark side,
the
both
reason
choices.
why I haven't put it top 10. I only did dark side.
But yeah, I want to explore everything the game has to offer, all the side missions and all that. And you can be a Jedi or just stick to guns. Just be like wherever you want to be in the Star Wars universe. And you get to go to different planets, and you get to see Tatooine, and you get to go to what was it called, flipping Kashyyyk, and all that. And I was just like, fuck yeah. So I love the Star Wars, and just get to play them is like, fuck yeah. Well, another Star Wars game I did was the first Battlefront for PS2.
Yeah.
That was amazing, because I remember my dad's friend brought it over, and me and my brother played the shit out of it, and we couldn't get off it.
I love that one, but I also like the PSP one.
Was that Renegade Squadron or something? Or was it? There's two of them.
It was like a Battlefront game. but on PSP.
Yeah.
It was really good just because of the fact that it was like a smaller portable thing where you could just play it online with friends, play it local with friends, and just be anywhere you want. So it's just one of those games where you just take it with you.
So, yeah, Battlefront, love that you have to be in the movie. The Hoth battle was amazing, that's my favourite. Just to be in that. But yeah, Lesser Republic though, big impact. Great story, great characters, gameplay was great, get to be wherever you want to be in Star Wars universe, go to different planets.
So at number 7.
Okay.
And for the rest of your thing, if there's any like ones where it's like the whole series, before you tell me your favourite, let me guess which one. Because I think there's going to be quite a few. So
my number 7, you probably won't get this one either. So number 7 spot is Metroid Fusion for Game Boy Advance.
Okay, no, I get that one.
So
I haven't played it, but I have heard of it, and I did see it.
But back in the day, I didn't really have magazines or internet or anything to find out what the game's all about. I just had the back of the box, just the box in the back of it. And when I saw Metroid Fusion, I thought the main character was a robot, but people thought it was a guy in a suit, but it was actually a woman. And that was
Samus.
Yeah, Samus. That was actually surprising, but I thought it was a robot at the time.
No. Everyone thought it was the Samus suit, and then you find out it's a female in a suit.
Just when you die in the game,
and this is
you
why
see the woman come out.
This is why I liked Super Smash, because they brought 2 characters out. You could play as the girl or Samus, and the girl's ultimate was to turn into Samus. And
is that when you first found out that it's a woman?
No, I knew.
Oh, from the okay.
I knew from there because I have seen Metroid Fusion. I've seen people play it, but then when later on it's like for the people that didn't know, find out in Super Smash when they could play as her, and then her turn into Samus.
That's when But with this one, the reason I like it was because it was my first Metroidvania type game, as the people call it. So graphics were great for Game Boy Advanced. Gameplay was great. This is like the one Game Boy Advance game that actually scared you because of the one enemy. I forgot his fucking name. It begins with an X. But for those, was it or is it
face thing?
Or is it an S or something? It's the Samus clone look. It's the one that has Samus's gear and starts chasing you, and you have to get away from it. So I forgot what it's called. It's my favorite game. I forgot what it's called.
The one thing that I know you probably disagree with this, but no Metroid Fusion, those games. The only reason why I didn't really play it that much was because when I saw it, it just reminded me so much of Mega Man.
I never played Mega Man.
That's it. You played Metroid Fusion, I played Mega Man. They're somewhat similar, but just different characters.
Yeah, this one...
Same weapons.
You get power-ups as well.
No, kind of same weapons.
Yeah,
both have blasters.
The arm cannon, yeah.
And they're both people in suits. One's a woman, one's a man.
Yeah, well, one's a boy.
He went for tits.
But yeah, I love that. Exploring, get those energy tanks, missile tanks, just exploring the whole map. And getting, just as you go on, the more you power up. And boss fights were great.
Was this your number 7 or 8?
This was my number 7.
Okay. I just had to ask.
Yeah, but yeah, I do love the Metroid series. I love Metroid Prime, probably the best Metroid in 3D. Played Super Metroid, Metroid Zero Mission. I played almost every... Haven't played before Super Metroid. Played everything off the Metroid Prime 3. Haven't played the new one on 3DS, Samus Returns remake or whatever. But I heard Metroid Prime 4 was announced. I might be considering getting a Switch if that does come out, and if I see it, if it looks good, because I do love Metroid Prime. That's the one Nintendo game I love the most out of anything else.
I'm pretty sure what he means is he's going to ask me to buy it. I'll buy it. He'll then play it from my Nintendo Switch, and then decide whether to buy it himself. Number 6.
Okay, but yeah, I love Metroid. And number 6, I think you know this one, Danganronpa. So yeah.
A game that I mentioned in mine, saying I should have put it in.
Out of all of them, I played all of them, even the spin-off. But out of all of them, the third one is my favorite. V3, as it's called. I don't want to spoil anything because
I've seen
you don't want this game spoiled.
Yeah, so pretty much, we both know everything. We both played all of them.
You played the newest one.
I played the newest one on the PC.
You beat it.
Yep.
Okay, no, don't want to say anything.
But then they go with the anime. Constantly, like the anime has been going on for a while. There's like probably 4 or 5 seasons of anime for Danganronpa. So if you were gonna play the game but you haven't seen the anime yet, just play the game first. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're gonna watch the anime, then don't waste your money on the game because they are pretty much the same story. If you do one, the other one will be ruined. The anime has more content to the game.
Plus,
like
it's a game you get to play, you get to find out yourself without the anime showing you.
The game is like it's detective work. You find out yourself, but the anime has more content to it. It has more description
You mean the game?
for it. No,
But the anime.
some anime, like the first season, you find out more to most of it from the anime than the game. It's just the fact that the game has more off context talk.
Oh yeah.
Compared to the anime.
Yeah.
The anime has more content on what the game's about, what the game's really doing, but the game itself has more content in between those things where they just talk as characters and just have fun, be friends.
So this game's all about dialogue, and there's a lot of reading. I actually don't like that, but I just saw this on like I think a trailer of it, and I got on PS Vita. And I was like, okay, I got the first one, see what it's all about. I don't know what made me do it, but I did anyways. I'm glad I did, because it actually turned out to be really good.
Because like the good thing about this game is, yeah, it's a lot of reading, but then when it gets to the part where you're moving around as the character, looking at the places, looking around a room, looking for specific details in the room that can help you, moving stuff out the way. Yeah,
so it's a detective game, investigating, and I don't want to say anymore because the less you know, the better, pretty much. But yeah, when it gets to like finding out the truth, that's when it gets really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, the outcome is amazing. It's always good, and I'm surprised they actually did that for like they made it so interesting for 3 games. It's not like it's in a way it's kind of a bit rehashing, but they put like a spin on it, which makes it like still makes it fresh.
And I'm just gonna say this now. In the future, I'm expecting a trilogy just to remake it in PlayStation 5, 6.
Yeah. But V3 is my favourite because I think it had best characters, best story, the best cases.
But then you have to admit one thing: they all have the same enemy, just different faces and forms.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like you have one boy bear,
there's
one female bear.
Yeah, the bear's the
enemy.
Yeah, the bear's the enemy.
Like a fucking bear.
Yes.
Like a teddy bear.
Yeah, a teddy bear.
Half black, half white.
It's really ridiculous. That's what makes it so great.
It's literally why it's amazing. It's like one of those little comedy things where it's like, why are they so scared of this teddy bear? Oh, okay. Then next game. Now it's a female teddy bear? What the fuck can she... Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's where it's coming. Then the third one's just, the same.
But there's always something added and it just makes it still makes it good, yeah. So they've done it for 3 games, and the spin-off it's a different game, but
it's still pretty good.
But the main 3 though is the main focus, and the third one, I thought 1 and 2, I thought it might get stale, but no, the third one still kept it good, even better, surprisingly. And I like to see what the team will have to do in the next project, if it's a next project.
That's it. That's if they carry on with the anime, probably.
Yeah.
Number 5.
So number 5. Okay, these ones.
I'm guessing it's getting to the point where I would know these ones.
You would know these ones.
Even though technically I've known all of them, some of them I wouldn't have expected you to put in there.
So my number 5 is Medieval for PS1.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one that you've kept on saying, am I going to get it when it's remade?
Yeah, there's a remake coming out. If you're seeing this after it's come out, then I'm probably loving it. But yeah, Medieval for PS1. There's a second game as well, but the first one's better than the second one.
So
one of those cases.
So far, the whole of Alex's list has been games that I have played or I know he's played.
Has there been any so far you like? I never heard of that.
No.
Okay.
Well, Medieval, I will admit, I never heard about that at the start, but you've gone on about it so much, talking about the remake and everything there. It's obvious to me you'd put it in there. I'm surprised it's far down, but then the games that I know you like as well, it's not that surprising anymore. Like Danganronpa, I know you loved it, but I will admit I didn't suspect it to be on your top 10 at that point. Like I didn't suspect it to be number 6. If it was in your top 10, I would have expected it to be a bit lower.
Yeah, number 5, right? Yeah, Medieval.
It's number 5.
Yeah, so Medieval. I played it as a kid, of course. PS1 was pretty much my console at the start, and yeah, Medieval was one. I don't know what the first game I ever played was, but this is one of them, and it was just so bloody. Like as a kid, it was so bloody because you cut zombies' arms off with a sword, and it's like you hear this, and the sound effects, like even though it's primitive, but for like right now, but those classic sound effects.
See, now I'm gonna be honest with you. There's one game that I don't know if you've played, but I've only just remembered it now, and I feel like I should put in honorable mention for myself. Doom. Like, you know the first ever Doom.
Oh my god.
You know the first ever Doom.
I actually haven't played it, but
like
I know how much it revolutionized the whole gaming industry.
Like back in the day, where it was just like fucking, you're walking like it's 2D walking forward, and you just aim and shoot.
Yeah.
Anything that comes out at you. That was a nostalgic game.
So I did play Doom on PS1, but the music, it was more scarier. It didn't have the whole rocking thing going, but I didn't really get into it. But going off track now. So yeah,
I just had to say, because how you were describing Medieval reminded me of Doom, so I had to mention that.
Yeah, because it has those. It's just got those sound effects, those classic ones, like when you cut like a zombie. It's just like it's just sound that's just like, oh yeah, it's just like, it goes really good in your ears. It just like goes really smoothly in your ears, just cutting zombies. And like the music, that's like that's why I pretty much love most of the game. It's just the music and all the levels. So yeah, one thing I love about it is the music. The music is just amazing. Can't get enough of that. And the gore, love the gore. Character's fun. It doesn't really have much story. I mean, there's this knight that got shot in the eye, like the first thing in the battle, and then he died, and that's it. The leader died in like 2 seconds in the battle. And so he has to kill the evil sorcerer. And that's all you need really, it's just the gameplay. That's just great. So it's mainly a nostalgia thing for me, but that's what I love about it. Like, you just go back to it and it's like, I remember this. I love it.
So what's after this? Was this number 5 or number 4?
This is number 5. Number 4, I think now it's gonna get pretty obvious now.
It is pretty obvious.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a guess.
Yeah.
If it's not Spyro Resident Evil, then I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is. So yeah, my number 4 spot is Crash Bandicoot. You know, yeah, you know what it is. When I say, I mean, it's just the first 3, but my favorite one is 2. Yeah.
Now going back this, I loved all of the Crash Bandicoots. But obviously, I had a different style of which ones I preferred. But I loved all of them. I played all of them. I still go back to all of them. But there was specific ones I liked more.
Yeah, you like the ones that aren't on PS1.
I like the racing ones on PS2, but then I would still go to PS1 and play them multiple times, the original ones.
But the classic, that's where it all started pretty much. That's what gets you into PS1. I don't know if that was the first game I played, but my god, like,
because when you think about PS1, PS2, yeah,
it just takes you back.
Only like PS1, PS2 days back then, all really you can think about is fucking Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Ratchet and Clank, fucking Banjo and Kazooie. But you know that back in the day when you were PS1, PS2 day, I'm not talking about specifically just PS1, PS2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying back at those days when you're playing these games, they're the 4 main games that you can think of, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you talk about Pokemon as well. But carrying on.
Where was I?
You're talking about Crash Bandicoot original.
Yeah.
Second one being your favourite.
So yeah, Crash Bandicoot. I played the first one first, I think. It was good, but there were some flaws, like the whole, when you die, all your crates get, like, pretty much respawn. You have to destroy them all again. You can't really backtrack for that. So there's that. They fixed that in the trilogy, thank God. But the second one is where it improved so much, where the second one is as I talked about all the other games, first one's better than the second one. The second one's better than the first one. And yeah, so they pretty much didn't have that crate fucking respawning issue anymore. The levels were great. The music was great. It had the slide jump, which was, I just used that so much.
Well, with all honesty, Crash Bandicoot, the music was always good. Like,
yeah, the music was great.
It was just one of those iconic tunes that you would remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and Crash Bandicoot, one of the best characters for me in video games.
And the fact that
even though he doesn't talk.
Like, the fact that Crash Bandicoot went into the latest Skylanders was funny as hell.
I swear, was there like a thing where Crash Bandicoot had like an Australian accent or something? Well, not an accent, he was an Australian, like he talked and he was Australian.
Yeah, on Netflix, Skylanders, they made a Netflix series on Skylanders.
That was fucking garbage.
And they added Crash Bandicoot into that, and he had the weirdest accent ever. He was like, "Alright mate, I'm from down under," you know?
I wouldn't think he would talk, because that's the thing, he doesn't need to talk, that's what makes it so great. But yeah, the third game was also, I say it's better than the first one, but it didn't live up to the second one. Second one, I just preferred all the levels. Third one, though, I don't like the underwater stage. I didn't like the stage where you're Coco when you're in that boat thing, the jet ski thing.
Yeah.
Also, the motorcycle stage, I'm not really a fan of racing, so again, like I don't mind. Like in Crash Bandicoot, I don't mind it, but it is racing. It does bother me a little, but I still love the game though. I still had some fun.
So that was your fourth.
But Crash Bandicoot 2, best one. So fourth one, that's the fourth. So third one is Spyro.
Yep.
Spyro. My favorite Spyro is Spyro 2.
Again, number 2.
Because that's because the first one was good, but then they improved it. That's what they did. Yeah, they just built and improved on it. For the second one,
I liked Spyro. I liked the originals. I liked the newer ones. But it was you criticized me because I liked the new ones.
Right. Yeah.
And because I played them more.
But did you play? What's your favorite Spyro? If you have a favorite Spyro.
I think my favorite Spyro was one of the newer ones, like the spin-off ones.
Or Into the Dragonfly, or the one on PS2.
It was one of the ones on PS2. I know that for a fact.
But 1, 2, and 3 were the ones for me.
But I did like the PS1 ones. It was literally just the fact that the PS2 ones, that was probably the first. Like the one on PS2 was probably the first Spyro game I played, and then obviously because I had my PS2 before my PS1, so obviously I had the PS2 game, played it. Then I got the PS1 games.
Yeah.
And then played those.
And you didn't think highly of them? Was it because you were older and you didn't appreciate them more?
I think it was because I was older at this point of time that when you play original ones first, it's like the graphics and the artwork are now shitter than what it is now.
Yeah.
So if I'd played them first, obviously my favourite would have been different, and I admit that because I loved the story. It's literally just the fact that I preferred the later ones because I played them first. And obviously because at this point I was older, graphics was getting better.
Yeah. But I'm glad I played these games when I did, because PS1 was just great. I don't know how, it's like stuff like Super Mario and all that I actually couldn't get into. Even I did play them because, iconic. I just thought, okay, I gotta take a look at this. I just couldn't get into it. PS1's just a thing for me. And Spyro 2, great music, great levels.
See, this is the one thing that you notice with the iconic stuff. We say great music. Their music isn't great in a way, yeah? It's literally just a beat, but the beat's so iconic and so rememberable. Like, you remember it constantly that it becomes great music.
Well, maybe if I listened to it nowadays, if I had never played and listened to it now, maybe I wouldn't think so highly of it, but...
See, that's what I mean, like...
If I go back and listen to it, I could be like, oh, fuck yeah.
It just remembers, like, if you never play this game, you'll probably think, what are you on about? I know so much better games with better music. Like, Persona 5, music's amazing. That's because its songs are all about.
Because the music's what makes it so good as well. But yeah, that's part of what makes Spyro so great. Spyro 1 is good. I prefer Spyro 3 to 1, but Spyro 2 overall. Spyro 3 had those other characters you can play as, which was a nice touch. Yeah, because it felt a lot like Spyro 2. Again, that's what Spyro 3
Oh, was Spyro 3 the one where you could play as like the kangaroo and all of that stuff?
Yeah, you play as a kangaroo and the monkey.
That was was also one of my favourites. I like that one, I just don't remember it.
Yeah, but Spyro 3, there wasn't much change, there wasn't that much changed, but still loved it. But again, Spyro 2, the side missions and all that, the orbs that they introduced, just more content, it's just a lot to do.
Yeah, I know.
Just, that's, when the remaster comes out, or Reignited Trilogy.
Like, I'm going to be honest, when the remaster comes out, we were planning on doing something. We don't know if we'll be able to do it, but we were planning on streaming it at the same time.
Yeah, like a
just playing through it,
playthrough,
talking about it. We still want to do it. It's literally just the fact that we have 2 days where we're both free at the same time, like for the whole day, and then we've got the same times during every day, so we can do it. It's just there'll be days where I'm not free or days where Alex isn't free, where the other one's gonna want to play it.
Yeah, because I don't know what your most anticipated game is, but that's definitely mine. I prefer Spyro. People prefer Crash to Spyro, but I prefer Spyro to Crash because I just love the worlds better, all the music.
See, original. I think I preferred Spyro to Crash, original wise, but then the racing obviously brought it over for me.
But yeah, we got both of them. We got both series, so love them both. But yeah, Spyro beats Crash. Now we're moving on to number two. Again, obvious. It's Resident Evil.
Oh my god, I did not know this. This was so
yeah.
confusing.
If you looked at my channel, it's pretty obvious. Like we play Resi 5, Resi 6. Probably gonna do some more Resi as well.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do Revelations.
And if there's any other Resident Evils with co-op, doubt it. But if there's anything else, we'll
have a look at it.
Yeah.
Or Alex will have a look at it and then tell me, and I'll be like, yeah, you know we're doing this.
But Resident Evil, mainly the classics. Stuff. I think everything 4 and after, I like them, but not as much. They don't compare to the classic ones.
Just 5, if I'm being honest, my opinion, I preferred 6 to 5 for one reason, and that's the fighting.
The combat.
The combat,
yeah.
like the fact that on 5 you just stand still when you're aiming. It screwed you over so much, or screwed us both over so much during the series.
Yeah, I've got a lot to say about Resident Evil actually, but my favourite one, it's a cross between Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil Code Veronica. When I play, I'm like, yeah, that's my favourite game. I play, like, yeah, this is my favourite game.
See, before we did this, I had a guess on which one his favourite was. I guessed the Spyro correctly from what Alex has already stated, and Resident Evil, I've guessed correctly as well, on certain occasions, because you've just admitted Resident Evil 2 is your favourite, and I stated, I bet you that's his favourite because he's looking so forward to the remake.
It's mainly the 2s that on PS1, except for Medieval, that I just do it. But the first Resident Evil I did play was Resident Evil 3, which is probably not the best as a kid because that Nemesis scares the shit out of you. But then I played.
Unless you're like a heartless prick that doesn't get scared.
But that's what I liked about it. It actually scared me. I don't like horror games, but it's just like with those exceptions, like the game you don't like, the genre you don't like, but there's that one exception. This one's the one for me.
See, now I just need to state one thing now from your list. The last 4 is so obvious for him, but what's surprising to me is that no. I think I probably do know it off by heart, but it's just the fact that Spyro and Resident Evil are behind it that's surprising.
Because I play Resident Evil. I probably beat that game like 20 times. Yeah, so I just keep going back. So I can be in a day.
Because like these games, obviously, they're obvious that he likes, but it's like I probably do know this game, and you probably think I know this game as well.
Oh, which one's this?
No, you're number 1.
Oh,
before you say it, you probably know I know what it is.
It's not what you think it is.
Oh, now this is surprising.
But back to Resident Evil. But yeah, Resident Evil 2 improved everything the first one had, and Resident Evil 3, it's just the Nemesis is what made it great. But Resident Evil 2 had 2 discs, 2 stories, and I just love the flipping music again. It keeps coming back to that. It's just what makes it so good. And the one thing I love about Resident Evil, that the classic Resident Evil, is that one sound effect is when you're going through the menus. I don't know why it is, but for those of you you know what I mean. It's probably the best sound effect in video games for me. But yeah, that's that sound effect. I wish if they bring it back in remake Resident Evil 2 remake, that would be great.
He'll be having hard-ons for days.
But I did play every single Resident Evil game except for Umbrella Corps and probably the Game Boy game. But yeah, played all of them because I love them.
That's the sad thing. I played the Game Boy one as well.
Well, Gaiden? Was it Gaiden or Gaiden?
I think so, but I didn't play the Umbrella Corps.
Umbrella Corps. That game is the biggest piece of shit I've seen in Resident Evil. It's not even a Resident Evil game. It doesn't even have Resident Evil on the title.
So now,
but yeah, you can always go back to those games.
Before you say your first, there's one game that I'm surprised you haven't said yet, but I would have thought it would have been an honorable mention. Kingdom Hearts.
Nah, I wouldn't put that there.
Really? I would have thought that would have been an honorable mention.
As much as I love Disney, I love the shit out of them. It's not there.
That's why I would have put is like not number 1. I'm not saying it's number 1. I'm saying that I would have thought you would put honorable mention because you love the shit out of Disney.
I love Disney, yeah.
But number 1, I think I know what it is, and if it is the thing I know, I'm really happy that I actually know you really well.
Okay, I'll let you know. Are you ready now? You got anything else to say? Each one. Okay, I'll tell you now.
I'm waiting.
So my number 1 is Tombi for PS1. It's not Pokemon, if that's what you're thinking.
Wait, say it again.
Tombi. You probably never heard of this one. Or Tomba in the US. So yeah, he hasn't heard of this one.
No, I think I have but you? I don't remember.
It's about a jungle boy with green pants and pink hair, and he has a blackjack swinging around to pretty much kill pigs, or just like grapple them, do a somersault and throw them at things.
Wait, how do you spell it?
Tombi.
Because I think I have heard of this one.
Yeah, that game.
I actually do know this.
You actually know it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
That's why I wanted to look it up, because I was thinking something completely different. And then when you said the name, it's like, wait 1 second, is that the game that I'm thinking of?
But the reason I love this game is just so wacky. Because when you're as a kid, it's just like...
When you look at the picture of the cover,
yeah,
the first thing you're going to think of is, what the fuck is he doing to that pig?
The UK cover is... it's like, what the fuck? You got this boy... It looks like clay in a way. Like,
he looks like a clay man.
Yeah, clay. Just,
dry humping a pig.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's you're a jungle boy trying to defeat pigs and restore the land or some shit. But the story's not really important. It's the gameplay and all the content. So, stuff I love about it. Music, again. Sound effects. The character's great. The side missions. All the stuff you can do. I just love... The one thing I really love about it is that I don't know.
It's a game that even if it's old, you can still always enjoy.
Yeah, this is a game I can pop in any fucking day, anytime, anywhere, and just play the shit out of it. But the one thing I love about it is that I don't know if it's like a mushroom place or a flower place. It's a place where it's like happiness and sadness.
Okay, I think that was the mushroom place.
I don't know if it was mushrooms or I think it was mushrooms. Yeah.
Is it a mushroom flower? I want to say mushroom.
But it was that. It was like a flipping drug trip for me as a kid. I was just like, holy shit! You have mushrooms, and you start laughing, and the flowers start laughing, and then the level actually raises up a little if it's laughing. If you start crying, it starts going down, and I'm just like, what the fuck's going on?
And you just think, this is what cocaine's like.
That's like the first, I don't know, like PTSD.
But yeah, so
I had.
I'm just gonna be honest. I am not that surprised. Like, I'm surprised with one thing from your list. GTA 3.
Yeah, that's other honorable mentions, yeah. That was on the mentions. Yeah, it was mentioned. It was, yeah.
Honorable mention?
Yeah.
I thought that was on number 8.
No. That was probably the third mention I had.
Okay, but no.
But yeah, Tombi, just everything about it, I just love. I mean, I could talk all day about it. Just all the levels, like all the different kind of types of enemies, the side missions, all the stuff you gotta do. Like, there's like a pig you gotta, like, flipping race on to see a mermaid that gives you medals, and
this already just sounds like child fantasies.
The fight with the pigs as well. You have to fight like 7 pigs, and as a kid I actually never played it until I emulated it back like when I was older, and then beat it, and I was just like, yeah, it's still as good as I remember. And when you beat a pig, it like restores the land, and like it kind of just changes the whole like backdrop of everything, and I'm just I just love it. I could play it right now if it was it. But that is my top 10. But one thing I want to say is it's all more PS1 than anything else. Final Fantasy VII, I didn't really get into it, even though that's mostly everyone's favourite. But there are games like Future Cup, Parasite Eve, Siphon Filter, like those PS1 classic games. They would go in the mention if it's just that they just weren't as good as that. As the stuff I just mentioned, like I love them, but oh yeah, Tomb Raider as well. Fucking
the one thing we're talking about.
Tomb Raider. Yeah, I actually never beat a single Tomb. I had them all 5 on PS1. Never beaten it.
That's the same with me. I got close to beating 1, and then I just stopped last second because I couldn't be else doing it as I got a new game.
As I always just kept using cheat codes just to get through the game, but I never beat it properly. And I just got stuck. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, also, is there anything else? No, there was Pokemon as well that you mentioned. The Pokemon Blue is my favourite Pokemon, but I'm just not really into Pokemon.
Then why are you mentioning it? It's not an honourable mention.
It's just that that's still the one Pokemon game. Everything else is just
average. It's like, because in all honesty, if you're not that into Pokemon, all you see is just the same game, just more things to catch.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the first game, it was nice to see. I watched the cartoon and all that, and it was nice to have the game. I enjoyed it, loved it, and I got Charizard. He's my favourite Pokemon, but it doesn't, like, everything else after that, it just didn't click for me.
Now, there's one thing neither of us have mentioned that we could have mentioned by now: Yu-Gi-Oh.
There was no the games I didn't really get into. I mean,
Because
I love the anime more. I think
there was a PS1 game that I loved. There was a PS2 game, Yu-Gi-Oh, that I loved. I loved the PS4 game.
Yeah.
I also liked the Xbox 360 game, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I also love it in real life, as we know, and I like the anime. But it wasn't that up because obviously I was more into the real life version, which we can't really count as a game. Like,
was it like a card game? Yeah, a real life card game.
Yeah, but then we could have just counted poker.
Yeah, that's not the idea. So, but yeah, I haven't played any Yu-Gi-Oh game. I just love the anime, and I like the real life card game. But it's just money. That's what wins the game.
Because if you have money, you buy the new shit, you get OP shit, and the old shit always loses.
Yeah, I never also played the Pokemon trade. I had trading cards, but I never know how to actually play them.
See, I that's surprising because I've had Pokemon trading card games from childhood, and I've only just realised how to play it.
There's even a trading card Pokemon game as well.
Online, yeah. That's how I realised how to play it.
I still don't know how even to play it. I thought you just get the cards and you just go, okay.
So it's the same as Yu-Gi-Oh, but the difference is you have one Pokemon that you would put at the front. You can't put an evolved Pokemon. It has to be either a starter Pokemon or a legendary. Yeah. So anything that can't evolve, you put it down, and then you put bench Pokemon down. You don't flip it. You put all.
So everyone knows what Pokemon you have.
No, you put it down face down, so they can't see. You show later on, like when you both flip it up. Then you draw hands, you put down energy, you put down this shit.
Energy and all that. It's not like the actual game where there's a Pokemon using attack.
It's very complicated, but it's fun if you actually learn how to play it and you can actually do really well with it.
But yeah, that's my top 10 list. Do you have anything to comment on?
Not really, I'm gonna be honest. About your actual whole top 10, I probably knew you would say most of them.
Yeah.
Metro Fusion is probably the only one in your top 10 that I wouldn't have suspected to be in your top 10.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know you played it. And GTA 3 being in your honourable mention, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Because it has this charm that the other ones don't have. I don't know why I can always come back to this game.
I understand that, but I mean, like, that's probably the only two that you can truly say to me that...
What surprised you?
That would have surprised me.
What about World of Warcraft or Star Wars? Oh, because you know about them.
Star Wars, yeah. World of Warcraft, I already knew you liked the old game quite a lot.
I didn't know
it's
that.
Literally just... Well, you told me when I asked you if you wanted to play it.
Oh, right.
You said if it was the old World of Warcraft, you would love to play it, but it's not, so we can't.
I got shit memory.
This was literally the other day.
But yeah, that's my top 10. You said everything you want to say?
Yep, that's it for me.
Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be doing more top 10s next week, hopefully. And discussing something else. Haven't really picked one out yet. But we'll get to that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you all next time.
Peace out.